Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I really hope that you are doing all well and that you love the summer because this heat, what about you guys? Today we're gonna keep it simple yet fabulous as I'm gonna show you how to create this monochromatic look using peachy and corally shades basically all over my face. If you're new to this channel, then hi, my name is Dana. I'm a professional makeup artist and I'm here to discuss makeup trends, do the occasional review, but mostly do tutorials and hopefully help you perfect your techniques and learn about makeup. So if that's something that you're into, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know every time there is a new video on my channel. So as I've said, we're going to create this peachy, corally, monochromatic makeup look for the summer. And I really love monochromatic looks. I think that first of all, they're so easy. They don't require much planning, like, will this lip color go with this blush or something like that? No, it's one shade, you're fine. And second of all, it's so simple, and I think that the simplicity of a monochromatic look is what makes it so gorgeous. So, you know what? I'll just shut up and let's start, shall we? Starting off with my Caudalie Beauty Elixir, I already moisturized, but I still want to add a little bit more hydration. Next, I'm mixing my Fit Me foundation with my Farsali Rose Gold Elixir, and just a few drops of this beauty oil mixed with the foundation, that's all I need. This foundation is for a more oily skin, so I have to balance it out, and this is where the beauty oil comes handy. As you talk over the day, the sun goes away and shade does fade. I know this is not the way to be afraid. I'm taking my foundation down my neck, and you might think that this shade is a bit too dark, but you know how that is. Let me just get this out of the way. The neck in most cases is lighter since it's shaded by our face, and besides, if you compare this shade to my wrist, for example, you can see it's pretty much the perfect match. Next, I'm going to do my eyebrows, and for that I'm using two products. A dark pencil for the outer 3/4 of my brow, and this lighter brow pen for the inner quarter. I start by brushing my hairs up and using the dark pencil to sketch and outline my brow, as well as to fill in any sparse areas or gaps. Just a few days ago, I plucked my brows thoroughly after way too much time that I haven't, and I'm quite happy with my brows right now. So, of course, you can fill them more if you want to, get them even darker and more snatched, but I just like them like this and I didn't want to spend too much time on them. For the inner quarter of my brow, I personally love using a lighter shade to keep the natural and fluffy feel to them. Now this pen is kind of new to me. I like this shade very much, but it can be quite annoying because it loses pigmentation or ink or whatever it is every few strokes, and I had to stop, shake it, and continue. For bronzer, I'm using my Mary Kay Mineral Pressed Powder, and you know the drill, I applied where I almost always do. Lower edge of my cheekbones, forehead, and jawline. Oh, and I don't know if you've noticed this in my videos. If I'm using a powder bronzer, I will wait a few minutes till my foundation is kind of set and do my eyebrows or something like that. Especially if I combine my foundation with an oil like today. If you apply a powder on top of a liquid foundation without giving it the time to sink in, the powder might apply blotchy and unevenly. It's like you powder your eyes after priming before you apply an eyeshadow, right? The same deal. Something else I love doing is to bronze my nose and its sides, just to bronze and warm the entire face. I feel it gives me a much more natural and kind of healthy look, you know what I mean? For blush, I'm using this interesting, though a bit terrifying duo by Natasha Denona, and I'm mostly taking this light shade, but also a little bit of that burnt orange shade. Taking my brush and I'm being really irresponsible with it, just applying it kind of everywhere. It's such a different color than what I usually use that I want to almost diffuse it with my bronzer, if that makes sense. It did have quite the kickback and fallout, so I'm cleaning my under eyes before I move on to my eye makeup. To prime my lids, I'm using this NYX eyeshadow base, and I'm making sure to really get in there and cover all those veins that I have, especially close to my nose bridge. Then I'm patting my fingers on my lids to make sure it's blended, and then I just set it with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Going back to my blush duo, the idea is to create this kind of orange version of a smoky eye, going heavier on the lid and lighter in the crease. But you'll see that I quite struggled with this blush. I also used a smaller brush to make sure I get this product all over the mobile lid, and then I went in with the lighter shade to blend this orange into my crease.
So beautiful, so special.
As you can see, that didn't do much, so I took my MakeupGeek eyeshadow in Peach Smoothie and tried with that. Here is where things got really problematic. You can see that I'm seriously losing pigmentation, and though I advocate for setting the lids with the powder after priming, maybe in this case it was simply the wrong choice. Now, something about me that you need to know. I never like to practice a look before I film it, and here's the consequence. The reason that I don't practice is mainly because I want you to kind of deal with the challenges with me. So if I have a problem with blending, with eyeliner application, with whatever it might be, I want you to see it and go through the process of troubleshooting with me. Then I'm taking this Mango Tango eyeshadow again from MakeupGeek, and I use it to add some definition to the outer corner. I love so much how these shades work together, the orange and that beautiful coral. I just feel it's so subtle, yes, obviously there, and yeah, I just love the combination. Good night, she can trust me, I treat her right, I will always be nice. Basically, I'm applying this in a real V shape, close to my lash line and then into the crease, but then I realized I want to use these LA Girl eyeliners, so maybe I'll do that after the liner, maybe? So I'm just pulling my eye out because otherwise this is just not gonna work, and I sketch a tiny thin line across my lash line and not even all the way through. A little flick, and then I used a small, dense and precise brush to smoke it out and make it even softer. Now I'm using Mango Tango, and I'm basically going from the end of the liner into my crease. Then I kind of wanted to extend the flick that I have there, so I went back to my pencil and I used my brush to take some product for even a softer application. For my under eyes, I'm using the Studio Fix Conceal and Correct palette by MAC, and it's possible that it's a bit too light for me right now during the summer, but regardless, I love this product and it's doing a really good job. On top of that, I'm using a little of my Intensive Skin Serum Corrector, since it's more peachy and would help me with the blue discoloration, as well as balancing that light MAC concealer. And to add to that lifted effect I created with the soft liner, I'm applying a bit concealer just under it. And this not only would help me to really lift my outer corners, it would also clean up any residues or any mess that I did with that pencil. After setting that concealer, I go in with Mango Tango and define the lower lash line.
Never had a man, just dirt, what? And a wipe of tears, try to understand how she feel, try to make her heal.
Then I smoke it out with Peach Smoothie, and I really take my time with this, blending until I get the intensity that I want and the smokiness that I'm looking for.
I will never give up on a good thing. You will see the queen gets a king. I have to be patient, I have to build up a trust. Trust me, I keep waiting. I'll take her in my
Some mascara, and I want to teach you a trick. To get a fuller effect, start by running the wand from the top of your lashes. This would make sure you coat your lashes from both directions, making them darker and fuller. Quite nice, huh? Easy, no fuss, no muss. Not really sure that this is the way to say it, but you know what I mean. For the waterline, I use this Kiko pencil, but I use it just as a base color for what's coming next.
so beautiful, so special, one of a kind.
I wanted to keep things orange, but I don't have the right pencil. So what you do is you place a wet or a gel-like substance like this pencil, and then you go over it with powder, any shade you want. In this case, this blush. Then I just wanted to intensify that blush a little bit and basically use it all over my face. For lips, I'm using these ColourPop lipsticks called Topanga. And this is the first time I'm using it. It's extremely comfortable, creamy, goes on really well. The only problem is that the shade is wrong, but we'll take care of that in just a minute. Meanwhile, I'm applying the lipstick over my lips, and to make sure the application is as perfect as can be, I use this lip brush and go over the edges of my lips. And now, to get the color that I want, care to guess what I'm gonna use? Of course, the blush. Again! It's just the easiest fix to get the perfect color. This is the finished look, my version of a monochromatic look using the colors that I personally love using. Corals, orange shades, that's what brightens me up. And yeah, I don't know what about you, but leave me a comment down below. Tell me if you would go for a monochromatic look. What look would it be? Thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate you taking the time. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. If you like this tutorial for a monochromatic look, please leave it a thumbs up. And I'll see you next Friday at 10 a.m. with another video or tutorial. We'll see. Until then, have a great weekend and stay safe. Bye.